Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we set up our total project and all that essential file which will be needed, we already set up it, right? And also in our application, into the application area, I have created one of the custom form. Because of all, I want to add another additional one of the field as email. So for the reasons, I have created one of the forms. So that is our form class name. I declared as a create new user, right? So now I want to work to our view. That means that is our application and that is our view, right? So into the view area, first of all, I want to create all that authentication related everything, which I have already done in our blog project. So now I want to do the things again, like that is our by default as a Django shortcuts, and from to the shortcuts import the render, right? So that is by default is visible. So after that also I want to add another one of the class, that is another class as the HTTP response redirect. So it should be also needed as HTTP and then response and then redirect. That will be HTTP response redirect, right? So make that sure you add it, and also all that essential things, like I have already created another form. So that is our create new form. Also we have to add it. Because of all, I have to load our this form, right? So now I want to import it. So that is our form and then our app logging. That means from our app logging and then our forms, that is our forms, and then from here I want to input our class name as a create new user, right? And then also we'll need our logging, logout and the authenticate. So that is in our form and then Django and then the contrib auth, that will be as a contrib and then the auth. So from here I want to input all that our additional class as a authenticate, right? That will be as a authenticate, and also we'll need the logging, another as a logout. So now I added all that our essential class on here, and after that I also want to add that our reverse. So that is in our form and the Django, and the from to the Django, that is the URLs, and from here I want to input our reverse, right? That will be as a reverse, and then also I want to add another one as a reverse lazy, reverse underscore lazy. So that is another class as a reverse lazy. Perfect. So now I want to create one of the function. I want to create one of the function for our sign up. So if you want to do that work, what exactly we have to do? I just create our function name and just name it as a sign up, sign underscore up. Okay. And this function name here also we have to pass our request as I told you before, and then also after that, which things is needed, I want to add all that our essential things. Like I will need our form. I take one of the variable as a form, and here we have to pass our this custom form that I've already import as a create new user, right? So now I add it. And also after that I take another variable as a register, and I want to make the things as a false, and laterally when the data will be saved I want to make that as a true. So it's just like that same what exactly we did in our blog side. I take another variable as a registered. Okay, that will be as a register, and then first of all I want to make our register as a false. So it should be as a false first, and then I want to do our same condition if request and then the method, our method, it should be check our request is post or not. So friend, I have already discussed about everything, right? You can see we just already complete our main core functionality. Now we can create this project very easily. Like I put our post, and when it should be as a post, after that what exactly we have to do? We have to add our form, and with this form I want to create our this create new user. That means this class here we have to pass our this requested post, right? So it should be as a request and then a post. So here I want to take our this requested post data, one of the variable, and I just name it as a data. Okay, into the data variable I want to save it, right? And then I want to add our validation. That means if our form is underscore valid. So if is valid, then it should be do some of the work, like it should be I take another variable as a user, and with this user I want to save our this form all the data I want to save it. And when it should be saved, I want to make our this register. So I want to make our this registered will be as a true. Okay, it should be as a true. Perfect. Perfect. And after that, what exactly you have to do? You have to load one of the page, right? So here, if you want to put display some of the page, you have to display it with the return. That means the return and then the render. With this render, I want to do and to pass that, it should be pass that request, and also it should be pass another parameter as per file location. So in our app logging, into the app logging folder, I have already created this folder, right? I have already created this folder. So into the folder area, I want to create one of the page. Click as a new file and I just name it as a signup.html. So this page I want to load. Okay, that means this signup.html. So that is in our view. So here I want to load in our app logging and then our signup.html. It should be load, and then also I want to from here and to pass our data. So I name it as a context, right? So we use it a lot of the times. So with this context, I want to load our dictionary. Into the dictionary area, if you want to pass some of the title, like in our sign up page, it should be display some of the title dynamically. So you can also pass some of the string value. I name it as a title. Okay, name it as a title, and then here I want to load our sign up form. It should be display our title name as a sign up form here. Okay, sorry, form here. So it should be display this type of one of the title, right? And after that, I also want to pass our form. That means I take that our form. So now I want to pass our this form. So I want to pass this form. So that is, now we can actually use it in our signup.html page. So now we have to work with this. That is our signup.html. So into the signup form area, I also want to load our Crispy, right? So I have already installed that Crispy, and before I have already discussed about that things with you. So right now I want to do, if you want to use that Crispy form, what exactly you have to work for this one. Like in our main project, if you go to that settings, into the settings area, in our install app area, we have to add it, right? So first of all, I want to add it. It will be as a Crispy form, Crispy_forms. So that will be our Crispy form. And also here we have to declare our template package. That means our Crispy template package. So that will be our Crispy_template_pack. And also for this project, I want to use our Bootstrap 4. So I name it as a Bootstrap 4, right friend? I hope you already remembered that part. So make that sure you add it, because of all for this project, I also want to use that Bootstrap. So for the Bootstrap, in our previous blog site, what exactly we did, if you go to our template, into the template area, that means in our blog project, we have used one of the Bootstrap, all that file in our base HTML, right? So now I want to actually take it, that is our base.html. So first of all, I want to create one of the same file. So same file I want to create for our social project in our template. In the template, I create as a new file and I name it as a base.html. Okay, that will be our main file. And into the base HTML area, from our, it should be just like that same. From our base HTML, I copy everything. So right now we don't need this, and here in our social project, that is our base HTML, I paste it. Okay, and better I make the things as a PHP. It should be as a PHP. I make it as a PHP. So that is all that our CDN, that means our Bootstrap CDN for the JS file, and also that is our Bootstrap CDN for the CSS file, right? And also you can see that is our font awesome. I have already loaded it. That is our font awesome CDN. And then there is our blog title. So blog title will be as a social media project. Okay, I name it as a social media project. That will be our title, and that is our navbar. So into the navbar area, I only want to take our home. So rather than everything I want to remove it. So that is a file. So I remove everything from here. Okay, that is actually our navbar. So here also don't need this. I remove it. So that will be our nav. Perfect. So that is our body area. Into the body area, they have one of the navbar, and I also want to make that right now as a clean. That will be as our home menu, and then that is our body blog, and then our end blog. Right, friend? Perfect. So right now we successfully updated our base HTML. Better I click as a save all, and now right now there is a URL, the setting we don't need it. I have already added our crispy form, that means crispy forms and the crispy template package. So that is our Bootstrap force. Right now we are using our Bootstrap, right? Perfect. So now we have to include it. That means we have to extend our this base HTML. Because of all the here you can see I have named it as a body block, right? So now go to our sign up. That means here first of all I want to extend it. So if you want to extend it, what exactly you have to do, I hope you already remember it. That will be as extends, right? Extends our which file, extends our base.html. Right friends, so with this base HTML we'll get all that our CSS, JSS and also the navbar. And then also I want to load our crispy form. That will be as a load. We have to load it as a crispy underscore, that means the crispy underscore forms and underscore tags, right? That will be our crispy form tags. And then I want to take our title. So if you want to make that title as a dynamic, so what exactly you have to do, you have to create that block, right? That is our block, and I name it block in our base HTML. I name it as a title, right? That will be our title block. So now I name it as our block title, and here we have to and it. That means our and block. Perfect. So from our view page, if you go to that view, from our view page, I have also passed one of the context data in our dictionary as a title. So that will be our key, and into the key area I display our this value, right? So now if you want to visible that this title dynamically, you have to update our this title, right? So now I want to do in our this position, I want to display our this key as a title. Perfect. That means our title now as a dynamic, and also after that I want to take our body. That means it should be our another block. So our another block as a body block, body underscore block, right? So from our base HTML I have declared it. That will be our body block. So now I name it as a body block, and also after that we have to and it. We have to and our body. That means and block. So I and it. So into the particular that position I want to create another form. And then here we don't need this class, we don't need any action, only method will be needed. And also after that I want to load our forms. That means from our view I have also passed that our form, right? So into the form area I have loaded this custom form, that is our create new user. So now I loaded our forms, and also I want to load our crispy. That will be as a crispy. So I have already installed that package and also updated that things in our settings. Right now we can use it, right? And also as I told you before, we'll need our CSRF token. So without CSRF token it will be not work. So it will be as a CSRF underscore token, right? That will be as a CSRF token. And also I take one of the button. So it will be just like that same friend. It will be as a submit. So it will be as a submit type, and here we don't need any name. I want to make one of the class. I name that class as a btn, and it will be as info. That means info type, and then btn sm. That will be our button. Our button name will be as a sign up. Okay, sign up. It will be one of the button for our sign up page. Perfect. So now if you want to access this sign up page, what exactly you have to do? You have to create one of the path for this one, right? That means in our app logging, if you go to app logging URL, so I have already declared that name as app logging. So now I want to create one of the path. So it will be as a path, and into the path area I want to declare that name. Our URL will be as a sign up. Okay, it will be as a sign up, and then also we load our view. So right now with these views, I want to access, that means in our app logging, that is our views, app logging and views. Here I have created one of the function name as a sign up. So now we have to use it. So that is our sign up function, right? And after that I want to put some of the name. I want to put that name for our this path. So if you want to use it, so it will be as a, I name it as a sign up. Okay, it will be as a sign up. So that is our child one, right? So we have to also include our this child URL in our mother URL, that means in our social project, and that is our URL, right? So here we have to include it. So I have already added our include method. Now we can actually use it, right? So it will be as a path. So it will be as a path, and here I name it as a accounts. Okay, it should be as a accounts and slash, that means account slash, and after that it should be added our this sign up, right friend? So now I added our accounts, and after that we have to include it. That means include our which one, include in our app, that means app logging. Into the app logging area I have created one of the file as a URL, so make that sure you include it. That means in our app logging, into the app logging I have already created one of the URLs, so it should be included that URL. So with our accounts, and after that accounts it should be added our this sign up, right friend? I hope this concept I have already discussed about that things with you. It now should be very much clear to you. So now friend, let's check this out, or everything is perfectly working or not. Click as a save all. First of all I want to run our server. I didn't run my server, so if you want to run that server, it should be as a python or py, and then the manage.py, and then run server, right? And now if you click as a enter, you can see our server is now totally running. So now if you want to access it, that means our main path, so it should be show some of the error, because of all for our main path I didn't create any route, right? So now let's check this out. If you now open it, click as a page to go. Yeah, you can see it's now showing as a page not found, because of all I didn't create any path, but I have already created one of the path. I have already created one of the path in our main URL, that will be our accounts, right? So into the main URL, that means in our main URLs area, that will be as a accounts. So I added after that, that will be as a accounts, and after that accounts it should be redirected to our app logging URLs. That means in our app logging, and that is our URLs, and that is our sign up, right? So after that accounts we have to add our sign up. Now click as a enter. Yes, you can see friend, now we successfully load our default custom form. So that is our form I have already declared. So here in our sign up, there is a view our sign up dot method, that means sign up method. If you go to that our view, I have already created one of the method as a sign up, right? So into the sign up area I loaded our app logging and the sign up.html page, and also from here, that means in our sign up page here I load one of the form. So this form I have already declared, right friend? So this form is our create new user form. So into the create new user form area, what exactly we have done, so we have use our user creation form. So with this user creation form we'll get by default 3 of this field as a username, password, and the confirm password. And also I added another additional field as an email. So this field is, you can see this field is also now added as email, right? So friend, I hope every part should be very much clear to you what exactly we did for create our this sign up form. And right now here you can see there is some of the help text. So if you want to remove that help text, I also show you how you can remove it. So don't worry, step by step everything will be more clear to you. So in our next video I want to customize our this sign up page. Okay, so here as I told you, they have some of the help text, so how can remove it and how can make the things little bit professional look. So in our next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.